Good to Great with Ali Al-Naimi, only on Pulse 95. Good to Great with Ali Al-Naimi.
So what I know about agriculture or farming, it is the practice of cultivating plants and livestock. It is also the key development in the rise of sedentary human civilization. Stay tuned with us today on Good to Great. We are hosting an amazing person who has surely made the UAE proud with her great achievements right here on Pulse 95.
Thank you for accepting the interview, Mrs. Mariam. It's a pleasure to have you here on Good to Great.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for the invitation.
You're most welcome. Actually, we're really happy to have you. So it's in your favor, to be honest.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, Mrs. Mariam, I want you to firstly start introducing yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm engineer Mariam AlJunabi. I study agribusiness in United Arab Emirates University. And I had experience in agriculture for 10 years. And I trained under expertise from Germany, from US, and I graduate from leadership program in US for agriculture and food safety. And I was selected by Expo 2020 to represent the agriculture in UAE in Opportunity Pavilion.
Amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about that in Expo 2020?
So, thanks for the government of UAE to choose us to represent the agriculture in UAE. So the pavilion was, if anyone comes from all around the world, they know what's agriculture in UAE. It's not just a date palm. Mm-hmm. So we showcasing the agriculture that's like it's honey keeping, Agritech, and for sure we represent the date palm, and we represent our generation like they have the knowledge of the agriculture.
That's nice. Agritech, because I was reading this word and I honestly did not understand what Agritech means. Can you tell us what does Agritech mean?
Basically, Agritech is a shortcut for using a technology in agriculture. Oh, okay. So Agritech is the shortcut for that one. And it's not just using machineries, it's also using science to have a solution for the challenges that we have here in agriculture.
Pretty much interesting. Now I'm a little bit interested, so I might have to go and Google such stuff. So Agritech is using machines for agriculture?
To have a solution. In agriculture.
In agriculture, that's amazing. That's very nice. Okay, so let me ask you then, since we're talking about Agritech, you established your own Agritech company, correct? How did you start and how did you discover that passion in you?
So I started to be an entrepreneur in 2015. I opened a consultation company, an investment company in agriculture to set up organic farms. But then, you know, a lot of people, you travel all the world, you partnership with many people, so you know many things. So what attracted me is the technology that the technologies that have a solution for our environment to grow a very good production and unique one and like a challenging one. And we find out like a technology you can grow your own food without using any kind of electricity or solar panel, just pure physics and mechanics by gravity and osmosis theory only.
What was that word? Osmosis what?
Osmosis theory.
What's that?
It's like the plants take their nutrients from the roots, not from the leaves. So this is the osmosis theory.
Amazing, interesting. I never thought that agriculture would have such interesting things to talk about, to be honest.
No, it's nice. Like when saw that technology, we were amazed. It was so simple to use it, and it was very efficient and has a good production on it. So, and other things also, like we found out it's old thing, but we found out there is a kind of seeds. The seeds that we have it here in the market called F1. So F1, it's mean like you grow one time, but if you take the seeds from the fruits itself or the vegetable itself, when you grow it again, it doesn't give you the same quality and the same shape. This is the F1. But we find out, no, there is other type of seeds. There are seeds called Heirloom Seeds and organic seeds. And that seeds, if you grow it and you take the seeds from the fruits itself, you can grow the same production for 5 years with the same quality.
You mean so we're using the same fruit, you're using the seeds of the fruit, and then we use the seed of that fruit, and then when that seed grows to be a fruit, we use the seed of that grown fruit? That's interesting.
Yes, so these kind of things that, let's say our generation doesn't know about it, so we said no, we will be in that field, the agritech and sustainability and organic, to at least to give them the options. Like if they said, okay, we know about it, but we don't have it, so okay, we'll bring it for you so you can have it if you want to try it.
Oh, amazing. So we can try it too?
Yes, like we are a group of hobbies and professionals in agriculture called NAPTA. So we did a platform, a marketing platform for that group, and we open a shop under that name of that group, and we bring all kind of seeds, fertilizer, pesticide systems that is in sustainability and organic.
That's amazing, Engineer Mariam. Absolutely new information. I have not heard about this at all. It's kind of getting me really interested. You might see me there in your company.
You are most welcome, but I suggest to come on October until April.
Oh, right.
After that, it will be so hot.
Okay. So the environment plays a role as well, so we have to be careful about that one.
Like anywhere else in the world, like you will not go to a place that has the snow, strong snow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you will go in the spring, on the winter, but not on the harsh weather of the winter. It's the same here anyway.
A beginning of a very, very interesting talk here with Engineer Mariam. We will be back after a quick break to let Mariam let us know more about interesting things in agriculture. All right, so Engineer Mariam, I have a very interesting question, which is actually always making me feel puzzled, because when I go shopping at grocery stores, I look at fruits and some of them say organic and some of them don't. So I want to know what's exactly organic, because everyone tells me if I buy a fruit which is organic, it's going to taste a lot more better than the normal fruits or the normal vegetables. So I want to know, what does organic mean exactly, and what distinguishes it from non-organic vegetables and fruits?
Okay, basically organic, when somebody will tell you it's organic, it's mean like it's grown under a standard, and that standard is issued by a government, which is UAE or USA or Europe, but it should be under a standard issued by a government, standard of organic agriculture, and that standard mentioned for everyone who want to follow that standard, they should use organic pesticide, fertilizer, and seeds under specific practices, and then after they follow that standard, there is an inspection company come to check that facility, whether a farm or a factory. Because you see in the supermarket we have vegetables, we have chips, we have chocolates, we have like many things of organic production. So it's mean not just a vegetable. It's there is a inspection company come and inspect on the farm or factory or grocery, even which said I'm selling organic vegetables, and then after they after they fulfill the standard, they got a certificate, and that certificate has a logo, which is also under the standard that issued by the government. Then it said it's organic.
That's amazing. So now that's what distinguishes like vegetables, food, fruits, anything which has a better taste, better quality because it's organic. So now we know that's why our fruits wouldn't taste so much nice if we buy them non-organic. Yes. Correct.
Too many process.
All right, that's a very interesting information, really new to me, to be honest. I haven't heard about this before, so I'm really happy that Engineer Mariam is here to tell us all of this beautiful information.
Thank you, most welcome.
All right, so Engineer Mariam, let's ask you about the tools that you use during the agriculture sustainability. What's the process and what are the tools that you use?
So let's start with the systems. We have the latest one. It's called Autopot System. The system that you don't use any kind of energy and very easy to use, very easy to assemble. Even like kids can put it, and you can put it anywhere. Like you can put it in the rooftop or on the sand floor or on concrete floor. It's like it can be put in very diverse environment and places, and that technology is you save the water because there is a valve that maintains the water for each plant. So it takes the water from the main source of the water, and give it to each plant for every whatever the plants need. And then we have also like systems. People can grow their own food in the indoor using the lights that gives the same radiation for the sun, so they can grow the plants indoor if they don't have a window or balcony. And we have also the seeds that I mentioned it before, the organic heirloom seeds, which is, we think it is the sustainable way of growing. Like people can buy a packet of that seeds, but if they take the seeds from the fruits that they will grow from that one, they will not need to buy another packet for the next season. They will have that packet for 5 years.
5 years, lasting for 5 years. And that's most interesting about that part of being organic?
Yes. And other things that also we focus on, the pesticide. So we have organic pesticide and the pesticide for red weevil, if you heard about it. Red weevil is the pest that attack the date palms that we have it here in the UAE, and this make for us a problem for our production for the dates. And the dates in UAE is one of the important crop here, even in export and import. So that red weevil, we find out an organic pesticide that attack it and kill it. Amazing. And it is organic pesticide. It's not chemical pesticide. So you can spray it, and then you can eat it from the same day that you spray. It's so safe to use it. That kind of technology that we are focused on, not just a machinery, also the biotechnology also.
That's a very beautiful answer, Engineer Mariam. It's pretty much interesting, you guys, honestly. All right, so Engineer Mariam, let's talk about the most interesting project that you've worked on so far. What do you think was the most interesting and successful project that you've done?
Nabta. Nabta is the most successful business that the project that I ever done for now. It's like community business. We reach to a point that we know the demand of the people, and we are satisfied of what we are offering for them. And also in the same time, people are very cooperative and very engaged with us in whatever we have. Like we are collecting varieties of figs from all around the world, but the figs that can handle the UAE environment. And then when we sell it to the people, and then we grow it, they grow it for the next season. All of them, they like back to us, and they think they like engaged with us, like and they are telling this is a good variety of good fruits. Thank you for giving us that kind of variety here in UAE. So I think this is the successful project that I work until now.
Amazing. Engineer Mariam, great talk. Keep it here on Good to Great. We will be back after a break to ask Engineer Mariam more and more questions. There's just lots of questions to ask her. Her story is really interesting. So keep it here on Pulse 95. All right. So Engineer Mariam, we want to ask you about the people who've supported you and have been very supportive, and the people who disappointed you. Let us know who stood by your side and who got you down.
This is very difficult question.
Always.
I'll put the answer in phases. So in the beginning, when I decided to be an entrepreneur, my family was disappointed me a lot because they didn't accept like a girl go to farms and do the setups in the farms.
Quite new to a UAE society.
Yes, like what you are doing, how you go to other people's farm, what you are doing there. Like it was like, but I told them this is what I want and this is what I will do. Hopefully you accept it in the end and you support me. So after a few years, they saw the result and then they support me a lot. They support me a lot, and then in the second phase, it was in the market. It was very difficult for me as a woman, Emirati woman, enter the, let's say, the agriculture market. It was very strange for them. Like I was going to supermarket by myself to put the vegetables that I grow on the shelves.
How interesting is that?
It was for me. It was nice. Like. But for them it was strange, like why you are coming here, like oh your vegetables it's not selling so good, and they wasn't support me that much. But in the same time I thank you for thanks for the Sharjah Union Co-op. They support me a lot to start my business. They give me an option to sell my products. But in the process, it was so strange. Like, you know, when I go in the field of the market, it was like all of them other nationalities and male, and I am the only woman, like wearing abaya and shela and intern.
But you know, Engineer Mariam, that's what makes you special, to be honest. I mean, I understand that your family went against it, but it's because it's something quite new to a UAE society for a girl or a female to grow her own fruits and then sell them in the market. This doesn't happen much, so you're quite a unique one. And I love that you haven't given up and you actually did your best to try to convince your parents and family through action, and you proved all of them wrong with your success, which is actually what we're looking for. These are the people we're looking for. We are looking for people who are very successful and can make the UAE proud, and certainly you have.
Yes, and and the third phase, let's say, the people who stay with me until now, this is the people who support me, and the people who start with me and then gone, this is the people who disappoint me. But anyways, this life, and we are learning from each person that we met. And for sure, UAE government, they support me a lot, and Expo 2020 is the evidence for the support.
That's a very nice answer, Engineer Mariam. Any mistakes or regrets during your journey of being an entrepreneur?
There is no regrets, but a lot of mistakes.
Mistakes that are very well learned from.
Yes, a lot of mistakes. I am because we are raised not to be entrepreneur. Alhamdulillah, yani, we have everything that our government gave it to us. Our parents and family raised us very well. They didn't let us to be in need for anything. So to be an entrepreneur, you will be your own. With your own thoughts, with your own knowledge, with your own energy.
True.
And these things we didn't used to have it. And that's why I started with mistakes. Like we have to be different personality. I have to learn to be a different personality, not the same personality that I am, the normal one. We have to be diplomatic with our relationship, with our agreements, and especially when we do overseas agreements to get an agent for any kind of products. This one taught me a lot. How to deal with the foreigners, how to convince them as UAE company to have their products here in UAE. Like I have product, I have agent from UK, from Italy, from Austria, from Singapore, from India.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it takes time, and my mistakes help me to reach that point.
So your mistakes have taught you to overcome the challenges, basically. So there are always challenges, there are always mistakes, but definitely I love what you said. We always have to learn from the mistakes. We have to learn to get up on our feet and just keep going. And I sincerely applaud you for the amazing achievement that you have done as a UAE female who's just interested in this part of field, because honestly, because this is the first time I see an Emirati you're making us proud, to be honest.
Thank you so much. And I'm proud for every woman that is in this field, because I saw a lot of women entrepreneurs in this field, especially Emiratis. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, a lot. So I'm so proud of them, each one of them, in UAE and GCC.
That's amazing. So, Engineer Mariam, do you have any role models?
I'm always say my role models in this field, and whatever my vision I have is His Highness Sheikh Zayed Al Nahyan, because he is the one that, let's say, we are his children.
Yes.
That he teach us how to be visionary, and to try to achieve the challenges that we have. Like I'm always see that a documentary, he's in the desert, and he's
growing that palm tree.
Yes.
Or a plant.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, but no, there is a scene that he's sitting on the desert, and the UAE was a desert, but he saw the UAE now.
Beautiful.
So that look,
It's very, very, very heart touching. Yes, it is. Absolutely, yes.
so yeah.
What kind of advice, Engineer Mariam, that you would like to give to our listeners before we end the show?
Okay, my advice is like observe, learn, and then decide and act. First, observe what's around you if you want to start anything, and then learn from what's your mistake or whatever people around you, and then decide whatever you want to do, and then act. Yeah.
That's a very nice advice from Engineer Mariam AlJunabi. We had lots of fun having you here, Engineer Mariam, and I am definitely going to Google more about agriculture and educate myself about organic and non-organic foods.
You are most welcome to go to our Instagram, nabta.agri, and you will learn a lot.
Will do. We'll definitely do, and the listeners should as well. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much.
Engineer, agriculture expert, and Nabta.agri company owner Mariam AlJunabi was with us today on Good to Great, and she told us lots of interesting information about agriculture and how it is being implemented in the UAE. And as always, we have more and more to come on Good to Great, so make sure to stay tuned with us for next week's adventure and news story. And also do not forget to text us on 4215 to let us know what do you think about the episode. Certainly what is good, or let's say great, about Good to Great is that we are always hearing the best stories ever from the best people right here on Pulse 95.